So hi guys, so today I was shooting with Sahela again. You might have seen her in my sort of boxing style shoot we did a little while ago. She's an awesome sort of actress, singer, does lots of pantos and other acting stuff, and even been on X Factor and things like that. So lovely girl, really enjoyed shooting with her before, and you may recognise her from some other YouTube videos and things as well. These are shot with the RX10 Mark IV, believe it or not, in studio. So anybody who wants to shoot the RX10 Mark IV in studio, those first few shots up to this one were shot in studio, and really quite impressed. Everything after that is the A7R Mark IV with the 135 gmaster, and again stunning shots, no real drama. Just updating her headshots for her, nothing too exciting, but she needed some up-to-date headshots for her portfolio and everything that she uses. For all her singing and dancing and things, and as you can see, they're super sharp, no real editing needed, really nice, very easy to photograph. She is very beautiful, and she just stands out in front of the camera, and because she's so good at sort of the acting and things like that, she can actually give you some really good personality through the camera, you know, different mood, different sort of anything from smiley to sad to a little bit moody. Here are a few different crops of the shots here, so the same photos a few times you'll notice they probably look the same, but they've just been cropped in just to show you the real usability of that 60 megapixel sensor. It can give you a few different looks out of one image, so I thought I'd just do that. So basically we spent, I think it was about half an hour just in the studio, and after the big storm we had the other day, we thought, well, you know, we like to get out and about, and if you know me quite well, I'll shoot in any weather. Luckily Sahela's up for it, so we went down to Hastings Beach. It was very, very windy. Luckily the rain held off until we were just about finished actually, so we went down to Hastings Beach where the boats are, the fishing boats and everything like that, so check it out. So we've come down to the beach on a lovely day to do a photo shoot.
So windy!
A little bit, it's still a bit breezy from the other day. So, yeah, looking at this. Holy shit, the bed. Yeah, some seriously cool waves. Oh, here's good. Here's really good. No wind.
Literally cold. Whoa, look at that one. That is huge. I think the ocean's scarier than space.
As you can see, it was really quite windy. I'm thinking 50-mile-an-hour gusts, constant sort of 40 thereabouts. We were not strong to stand up, but we were getting buffeted about quite a lot, and but luckily Sahela's absolutely up for challenges and making the most of it. As you can see, she's still smiling, unbelievable. Anyway, we started shooting outside now. So as you can see there, put the camera down, well, the GoPro down just on the beach to give you kind of an insight of what we were using. So we trying to utilise some of the boats and the other equipment they've got down there. And basically I've got a wind stopper jacket on, and they've got the little ring pulls down the bottom that basically you can pull in the jacket down the bottom to stop the wind going up your jacket. I literally just touched the right hand one and it was just like exploded. I was like, the actual elasticator thing didn't break, but the actual spring loaded bit just fell apart in my hand. I was like, oh great, okay. So but never mind, it was carried on, dealt with that bit, so that was no drama. But anyway, we started shooting, and as you can see, worked really well. The light was actually quite nice, even though it was really windy. The light was quite soft. It was diffused by the sun a little bit there, and basically I'm just saying that bit there. I've cut it out, it's so windy you couldn't hear me anyway. But basically I just said that I forgot to actually say that we'd done a studio shoot earlier on. That's what I hadn't actually mentioned at the beginning of the video. But yeah, so anyway, we carried on shooting, and as you can see, it was not perfect conditions. So obviously I chat away to the models I'm working with all the time, trying to keep everything relaxed and everything like that. But obviously she's very used to it, and we got on really well, bouncing off each other, ideas she's got, and things like that. So it's all really cool. I try and keep everything as relaxed as possible, and fun. Just keep everyone laughing, smiling, and just enjoying the day. It's a very social experience. At the end of the day, you're going out and you're being creative, and you've just got to get on with it. And if everyone gets on really well, it makes the day amazing, even if the weather's rubbish. So Haley had never actually been down this part before, and I was just pointing out up on the hill there that you've got the lift and everything, but also the old caves, which you can't really get to very easily anymore because there's fences and things, which is a real shame because that would make a really good place for a shoot. Anyway, we carried on using the boat for a little while because it was a little bit sheltered. That's what I was trying to be, kind and get it sheltered out the way. And then we moved down the beach a little bit, which you'll see in a second, and did some more shots sort of slightly inland, where some of the boats and the nets and the lobster boxes and things like that were, which obviously gave us a few other options. And then basically just went back to the car to warm up, and then moved to a slightly different location on the beach, which you'll see as well. And that was it really. So here comes some more photos now that you can have a look. So here's some of the shots that we did at this boat, and then you'll see a different location. So as you can see here, these are all natural lights, so I'm not using a flash, hardly editing at all, just a few level adjustments in RAW, and really nice and natural shots, just making the most of that sort of moody weather. And some work really well in black and white, especially like the hooded jacket and everything, because obviously it adds some texture, brings that out nicely. And so just very, very blowy. As you can see, the waves, the tide was actually going out slowly, so it was just about to get onto, there's like a shelf where the water suddenly gets deeper and it starts smashing into that, so you start getting these interesting big waves. But it's quite dangerous if you're too close to it, so we stay well away from there. But as you can see there, it's bouncing back and starting to get quite rough, and the last thing you want is an unexpected wave to come suddenly further than you expect it, and you just get either soaked or it could be worse, you could be dragged out to sea.
It's definitely blood. Is the affair in the face?
As you can see here, we found, well, actually you didn't find it at all because there's plenty on there. There's loads of old Caterpillars and other JCB style bulldozers that they move the fishing boats around on the beach with, and they're all rusty, they're all well weathered, and quite a sort of rustic look, which adds to the shots. It really adds an interesting dimension to your images, especially in black and white. I find that they just really jump out at you with all the textures and everything, and it just really helps you be a little bit creative, and the circles, the triangles, and all the other angles and things that can accentuate the images that you're taking. This shot here with the hair blowing around, she's still smiling, which was great. Some of the big lobster pots here, well, I guess they're lobster pots, utilising that in the background worked quite nicely, and then in black and white worked quite well as well, because suddenly the darks and the lights and everything jump out at you a little bit more. And then we saw this, which is, I've seen before actually, I completely forgot it was there. Obviously the fishermen let their dogs, obviously the fishermen don't appreciate the people walking their dogs and not picking up their muck, so I think someone passed and painted that. As you can see, they're really windy, seagulls flying around everywhere, the Union Jack flag going a bit mad, and that's the sea wall there, which the other day actually the water was absolutely crashing over big time, and it was there a little bit, but it was a lot higher than that, you could hardly see the wall. And then we moved just down the beach a little way, to the end where you can actually see east to Dungeness, and you can see the power station, and you've got the other cliffs there. But as you can see, it's very, very windy still, no shelter whatsoever, but camera performing brilliantly. Eye autofocus really helping the situation, because I'm getting blustered around, she's getting blustered around, hair's going all over the place, and last thing you want is your camera to start focusing in the wrong place. Even there it had eye autofocus, no problem at all. Ignored everything else. So it really does help you as a usable part of the tool. It really can just speed things up, so you don't have to be, I mean, if you're out in this weather you don't want to be out very long, so we were, you know, getting back in the car and keeping her, you know, warming Sahela back up again, so she was, you know, because you lose your feeling in your fingers, your toes and everything, especially when it was you know, this windy. But as you can see here, these are two memorial, sorry, two, there's one there, there was another one out of sight, but there's two memorial benches, obviously someone's paid for to, you know, to remember their husband or wife or something, and they were completely buried in the stones, which kind of added, you know, to a shot. And it's just another, you know, taking photos of things like this is just a good way to, you know, remember things, and it's part of history, or modern history. So anyway guys, that was the shoot really. Started inside, did a few studio shots with the A7R4 and 135 gmaster lens, as you saw, the first 3 or 4 shots were from the rx10 Mark IV as well. So all-in-one bridge camera can do studio really well actually. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to push the notification bell, and leave some comments, ask some questions, and I shall see you soon.